my ticking thing, cried Norbert delightedly, untying it from Hiccup's wrists and clasping it to his chest. And now, Hiccup, smiled Norbert, reminding him that he had more important things to be thinking of by pressing the blackened edge of a two-headed axe against Hiccup's throat. As I said, I can't quite decide whether to kill you now or once we get to America. Understand? Perfectly, gulped Hiccup. The axe of doom will decide. Oh, Norbert Nutjo is so nutty. Roared Norbert, throwing wide his arms. Wild cheers and stampings of feet from the bloodthirsty crowd. I shall throw it up into the air, and if it lands gold side down, you come with us to America. But if it lands dark side down, why, if it lands dark side down, then you die on the spot, yelled Norbert the Nutjob. How lucky you feeling today? Hiccup surrendered at the third. Well, I've been thinking about that, muttered Hiccup. And so far, I reckon this has been just about the unluckiest day I've had in years. Oh, goody, grinned Norbert the Nutjob. I hate waiting for my treats. Throw the axe, throw the axe, throw the axe, yelled the hysterics joyously. Death or America, shouted Norbert the Nutjob. Death or America, screamed the hysterics back at him. Death or America, groaned Hiccup, Fishlegs and Kamikaze. Hiccup closed his eyes as with a manic scream, Norbert the Nutjob threw the great axe high in the air. The hysterics scattered in all directions. The axe swooped upward, turning over and over, first the gold side up, then the dark, up and up it soared, and then it seemed to hover for a moment before it began to plunge downwards towards the deck. Was it the gold side down, or was it the dark? Hiccup squinted anxiously through his salty strands of hair, trying to see. It's the dark, it's the dark, shouted Norbert the Nutjob with mad glee. Prepare to die. With horror, Hiccup realised it was the dark side, plunging towards the deck, and there was absolutely nothing he could do about it. It's the next chapter, but I just have to find out what happened. Sorry about that. Chapter 6, The Axe of Doom decides. Hiccup's mind raced desperately. He couldn't move, but inspiration suddenly struck. Can you read the ticking thing yourself, Norbert? Screamed Hiccup. Norbert looked at the ticking thing. Curses! He couldn't. But the axe was steaming towards the deck of the ship, and the axe of doom was never allowed to be wrong. So Norbert the Nutjob gave Voraciously Violent a big shove, so that Voraciously got in between the axe and the deck, getting a nasty scratch on his arm in the process. Now look what you made me do, roared Norbert the Nutjob. Okay, untie the wretched little burglars. Muttering with disappointed bloodlust, the hysterics, thank goodness though, untied the ropes tying Hiccup, Fishlegs and Kamikaze, who fell onto the deck, deeply relieved to be the right way up again, but very dizzy. Follow me, barked Norbert the Nutjob. Hiccup followed Norbert to the central tent in the middle of the deck. This tent was Norbert's cabin. Now, Vikings normally travelled very light on board ship, and they didn't generally have cabins at all, just maybe a couple of upturned landing boats to shield them from the wildness of the wind. But Norbert was intending to sail to America forever, so he had packed his ship with every possible thing that a future emperor might need over there in the New World. Tables, chairs, chessboards, smashdicks on ice sticks, bashyballs, skis. The walls of this cabin of his were covered with crazy drawings of Norbert's latest inventions, and also with maps. Norbert jabbed a fat finger at one particular map with some little squiggly numbers down on it. This was the map my father Big Job used to go to America. He read those funny little numbers and he checked his ticking thing, and that would tell him which way to go. Now look, there's a picture of the funny round ticking thing and all the things it can do. This arrow there always points to the north. This arrow is a lie detector. How very helpful. Tell a lie when you're holding the ticking thing and it will whirl round crazily. Hiccup doesn't yet know what the question mark and the lightning arrows do. This arrow shows you how far to go east, and this arrow shows you how far to go to the west. Okay, we'll have to read next chapter, I think, next time, which may not be tomorrow, slightly depending on, I've still got lots of Christmas wrapping to do for Christmas, so this might be goodbye till after Christmas, and I'll carry on reading after Christmas, but I'll see how I go with my Christmas wrapping. If it is the last time before Christmas or the winter holiday, happy Christmas or happy winter holiday for everybody.